The Christmas rally is upon us, and I have made nearly $2,000 in less than an hour's time. It's been a fantastic day in the stock market. I'm going to tell you how I did it. All that and more coming up. Yes, guys, it's been an amazing day, amazing Monday. I'm actually 3 for 3 on Mondays, maybe even 4 for 4. For whatever reason, Mondays I just knock it out of the park, and really, I feel like I should just trade on Monday and no other day of the week. But nevertheless, it was another great day. I'm going to tell you how I was able to make these 3 simple trades and make $2,000 in less than an hour. But first, I want to welcome you to my channel. Hi, my name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos. The stock market, it is a crazy and chaotic world, and I've made it my mission to help you own it. So if you want to see more content such as this, subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, show me some more support. I certainly would appreciate it. Now, on to today's trades. The 3 trades that I made was ITCI, which was a monster runner, biotech stock, and we'll talk about that in a second. Tesla, which was on Stockwatch Sunday last night. I warned you guys about Stockwatch Sunday and how you should be tuning into that every single Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're not, click that bell so that you get notified every time I put a video up and every time I go live for Stockwatch Sunday. The third stock was yet another Stockwatch Sunday hit, and it was on AMD. Was able to make a fantastic trade on that one as well. We'll go over all 3 of these stocks right now. Okay, so obviously the first one that I'm going to talk to you about is Tesla. And, Tesla has been just rocking every single day over the last several weeks. It just keeps going up and up and up. And really it just comes down to when is the appropriate time to take that trade. And so, you could have traded this in various amount of ways. But right now I'm up over $300 on Tesla. Still in this trade actively as of this recording. The other 2 trades I'm completely out of. But for Tesla here, I may end up swinging this one. We'll see how this goes, how the momentum continues here. With Tesla, I talked to you guys last night about how the difference between Tesla before, when it was all hyped up near $4 and $400 and where it's at now, was the fact that they are now profitable. So let me expand this out to the daily chart and explain to you what I mean. So if you didn't tune in to Stockwatch Sunday, I was explaining this to a lot of the folks in there, that you see how this is topped out at 385 and then 385 again, and then came out to 385 yet another time before it got, and then actually let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 times that it came up to this 380 area and kept getting knocked down. And a lot of times it was doing this over hype, right? During this period, Tesla was still not really profitable. They weren't profitable at all. The difference now that it's blasted through 385 and even through 400 now is that, Tesla is profitable. And, I kind of stole this a little bit from one of our other mentors. If you guys want to check him out, his name's Don, over at the Don Fran Show. Go subscribe to that channel. Huge, great quality content over there as well. But what I wanted to talk about, and he brought up a great point a couple days ago, was that they are now profitable, and that seems to be the difference here when it comes to Tesla, and being able to invest in it. You have a lot of major players coming in, huge investors coming in now, and really believe in Tesla. And there's a lot of people that have been believing in Tesla for a long time, but people who've got real money now are really starting to dump their cash into Tesla because of the profitability that they have been bringing. And I think that they only continue to prosper here. Tesla, I told folks last night in my Stockwatch Sunday live stream that I think Tesla could reach $600 before the end of 2020. We'll see if that actually comes true, but I think that it does it based off of what I've been seeing over the last years, months, whatever. So the trade today, I was able to get in right around 416 and 417. It was added to this trade. And still in this very comfortably up over $300 on Tesla. The next one I'm going to talk about is AMD. Now, AMD was one that I told folks that I would be very bullish on going into the the market open on Friday. The reason for that being is this, and I pulled this from Yahoo Finance. And that is the stock futures. This was before the market even opened. That stock futures added to record highs Monday morning after China announced it will be cutting tariffs on hundreds of products just weeks before the planned signing of an interim trade deal with the U.S. So this is a very positive thing. The markets were surging to new highs and are continuing to surge to new highs. And one thing that AMD does that I explained last night was that AMD likes to follow the market, but more importantly, AMD relies on a lot of Chinese products as well, for as far as raw materials are concerned. And so, this is a great news for AMD and the industry as a whole. And so for this one, I hopped in right at the open. It was a fantastic trade, up nearly $700 on this trade. Loved this one. Set a stop loss right around 415, got tripped. And you know what? At the end of the day, even if this continues to go, I'm happy with my trades. And that is one of those disciplines that you really have to get yourself in the habit of doing, especially if you're day trading, just being happy with what the market's giving you and not getting too greedy. So that's what I did here. Kept moving my stop loss up every 5 cents once I got to a point to where I was very happy with this trade. And then once it finally got tripped, I just took my money and never looked back. The third and final fantastic trade that I made today was ITCI. Now, this one was really, really tricky. This took me a little bit to grind out and really kind of get into the groove of making a great trade. It wasn't just a one in and I was perfectly green, unlike the other two, but this one was a really tough one. And so I'm going to explain why I did what I did with ITCI. And so with ITCI, if you're over here on WeTrade HQ, you can click on the news here and you can see that ITCI stock soars 38% pre-market after FDA approvals for schizophrenia treatment. And then it continued to go on there. As of this recording, as you can see, it's up 170%. And this is kind of where I got in at the open. I wasn't going to trade this pre-market because I wanted to see how the market was going to react. And the way that this has been trading, as you can see, this has gapped up considerably. And just to kind of give you a better picture of this, I'm going to bring you on over to Thinkorswim and kind of show you here. So when I was with my folks in my morning mentorship, I was telling them, wait to see if this reacts and see if this kind of breaks up above its pre-market high. Whenever you see a move like this, that's kind of really what you want to look for, to see a nice continuation of more highs and that the momentum is really truly there. And so what I ended up doing here, I also expressed that there's really a lot of reasons to be super cautious about this. If you buy into this stock up into the $25, $26 range, you're already buying into something that's up 100%. And so that is extremely risky. And so understanding that calculated risk that you need to be taking is something that is so crucial when trading something this volatile. And so what I ended up doing was that I did actually get in at the open as I saw this breaking out over the pre-market high and set a stop loss. I stopped out for a small loss and then looked for a better opportunity to get in. And so then I did that yet one more time. I got in up at this point, set a stop loss, or I got back in around $26, set a stop loss, got tripped yet again. And then notice that this price action was really starting to gain even more steam. So I gave this one more shot. I said, you know what? If I end up getting tripped out on this again, then I'm done. I'm not looking at it anymore. But this third time's the charm. Finally ended up working out, got 250 shares right around this $25 area, and then it just kept on ripping. And then I was able to set my stop loss continually as this stock was moving up, and was able to sell out on the momentum of the stock, and it worked out perfectly. My best trade of the day by far, with a $1,000 profit. Super fantastic day today. And then I walked away and I was done. The key thing with ITCI though was that this was one that was easy to borrow. In other words, this was easy to short through TD Ameritrade, which is one of the most arguably popular brokerages in the world. And so, or at least in America anyway. And so when you're looking at something that's easy to borrow, there's a lot of instances where your beginner traders don't really understand price action. They don't understand what's going on with this particular stock. First of all, FDA approvals is massive news, especially for something as common as schizophrenia. A schizophrenia drug, a positive antipsychotic drug that the FDA has approved. It's going to be a massive move coming. That was kind of like a no-brainer, right? But the easy to borrow part of this was that if you are a beginner trader and you're not paying attention to the price action, you're not paying attention to the momentum of the stock, and then you short it, that you then get squeezed out. These big buyers will come in and squeeze you right out. And that's exactly what happened here with ITCI. I explained this to my group that in fact, ITCI could potentially squeeze out and have a really strong move. But you had to understand the risk that was involved with trading something that had already run up so high, and really kind of keep your stop losses extremely tight. And so that's what I ended up doing. Again, third time was a charm. Made a $1,000 trade on this one on a fantastic short squeeze. If it continues, which obviously it looks like it's going to, it actually reached a new high of the day as I'm recording this video. so be it. You know, I could have kept in some cash in there or some shares to see if this was actually going to continue. But at the same time, you have to really kind of ask yourself when enough is enough. And it's really tough to not to be greedy in situations like this, right? I mean, what if it goes to $100? But the other thing that you have to ask yourself is, what if it goes back to 10? What if it goes back down to $5? You know, so the risk there, you have to understand and weigh the risk, not get yourself too greedy, take what the market gives you, and then move on to the next one if you want to do it that way. But today I made nearly $2,000. I was super happy about all of the trades that I made today, and you know, couldn't ask for a better Monday in this amazing Christmas rally. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, it is Monday, December 23rd, which means that Christmas is right around the corner, and many of you are also celebrating Hanukkah. So happy holidays to all of you out there who are watching and supporting this channel. I could not thank you enough. I'm so grateful for your love and support. And as always, guys, I will see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out. It was a god-awful slow day today in the market. After a huge rally over the last couple of days, it was only a matter of time before we saw a day like this where it just kind of levels out, but was able to make a great trade, making over $350 on a FedEx earnings play. I'll explain to you how I was able to make that profit. And